You have to excuse my hair. It's kind of messy and needs washing, I think. It's Friday, it's been a really long day, but after work I went to the library and borrowed a book that was recommended to me in last week's video. It's called The Book of the Raven, and it's the raven through art and stories, like in fairy tales and such. And I'm excited to take a deeper look. I just kind of glanced at it so far, and I figured I would borrow it first, and then if I liked it I might buy a copy for myself. And talking about ravens, as you saw last night, I started drawing a raven in my sketchbook, and this is how far I am right now. So I'm gonna work on this. My goal is to finish it tonight and then wash my hair, I guess. So it's now Sunday, it's early afternoon, and I kind of would love to go outside because it's sunny, but it's also still really, really cold. I'll show you my window, and as you can see, there's ice on my storm windows still. So yeah, I think I'm going to stay inside, and I wanted to work on my plant portrait for letter P today. So I'm going to draw a pothos. And let me show you, I have tons of those in my house. Actually, there's one right here. And I also have, let's say I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 of 6 of those in my house. Before I start drawing this pothos plant, I forgot to mention, this morning I was looking through some things and I found this old sketchbook of mine. I'm thinking it's from about 2015. There's no date on it, but it's very simple line work. So that's how I can sort of picture when I did this. And this reminded me that some people sometimes tell me that my drawing skills are a gift. And that might sound controversial, but I completely disagree. So let me tell you why. I really believe that anyone can learn how to draw. Sure, you can have a creative mind, and I'm certainly one of those people, and that's probably where the gift lies. But I think drawing is a skill you can develop over time. I've worked hard to develop my skills, and I'm still learning how to draw better and better every day, every week, every month, every year. So as I was saying, I've always had a bit of a creative bug, but I didn't really start drawing until my 40s. Growing up, I was more invested in learning music and doing crafts, playing make-believe with friends and cousins. And then in my teens and early 20s, I was really interested in theater and film. In fact, my 19-year-old self would be really loving the fact that I'm making videos right now. But anyways, back to drawing. Now, before I give you my recipe for learning how to draw, so to speak, why would you even bother learning how to draw? I mean, I'm of course aware that not everyone wants to become a professional artist, but I think drawing can be a mindfulness practice, maybe a form of relaxation, or even kind of a meditation. I know for me it is. And when you get into that flow and time disappears, I really love that feeling. And then drawing can also be a way to journal and process and even heal emotions. And I also think that drawing is a great way to develop your observational, if I can't say it, observational skills. All right, so here's my recipe for learning how to draw. First, draw every day. Take even 10-15 minutes out of your day, get a sketchbook, and just start making marks. So, I started my journey with line drawing, so basically just drawing out lines. And there was very little details in my early drawings. Consistency is key because, you want to develop that eye-to-hand coordination. And I would just draw, objects you find around the house or flowers or really anything you like. Just keep drawing and familiarize yourself with your medium, explore and have fun. Second, I would draw the same things repeatedly, and that's going to allow you to keep track of your progress. And because I feel like if you don't have anything to compare your drawings to, then you might not see that progress you're actually making, and you could feel discouraged and maybe give up, and so that wouldn't be serving you, obviously. And then third, once you started exploring on your own a little bit, I would take like a beginner's class. You can take a class online or in person, or even just get a book at the library. And then I would make sure to just take one class at a time, like focus on one skill at a time. I think it's important to integrate what you learn, before jumping into the next thing. So take one class, work on it, practice, and then maybe if you want, take another one. And then, and just really keep at it. the more you practice, the more progress you will see, the faster you will learn. And then you can also participate in like a drawing challenge, whether it's like something like Inktober, or you can create your own 30-day challenge or even a 100-day challenge. And that can give you like an incentive maybe to draw more regularly. And it's just a fun way to kind of improve your skills over time. Now, the keys to learning how to draw are consistency, patience, but also, and more importantly, I think, the willingness to really embrace that beginner's mind. You know, it's so easy to learn new things when you're a child because you're in that beginner's mind all the time. But as we get older, being in that beginner's mindset can be really uncomfortable, but you know, invite you to try and keep going, and it's kind of part of the process. Now remember that learning how to draw can take time. Like I said, it's a journey, it's a process. I think it's really fun and rewarding. I also wanted to add that I think a good drawing isn't necessarily hyper realistic. You know, art is such a subjective way to express your feelings and ideas. So, you know, don't be too hard on yourself if you don't think that what you're drawing is super realistic. Or I think maybe I'm speaking for myself, having high expectations sometimes. You know, sometimes we have a picture in our minds and we can't replicate it on paper, or it doesn't come out exactly the way we imagined it. And I think that happens even with people with a lot of drawing experience. So yeah, so I'd love to know, what's your take on it? Do you think drawing is more of a natural talent, or do you think it's a skill that can be learned over time? Let me know in the comments. I'm really dying to know. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today and watching this video, especially if you watched till the end. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, share it with your friends, comment, and I'll see you next week with a new video. Bye!